Lisa.
What is that?
It's pickled herring.
Pickled.
Here, Joy. Okay.
Yes. And I have more.
So, you know what? I need your books off now. You got it. You got it. Leave this alone now.
Cold.
Honey, you're going to have to run around and warm up.
Cold, Mom.
Thank you.
Very light.
Really?
There's some very slow drivers ahead of us. That was the only problem.
Tom, what do you got? Stuff? Yeah, you can have that.
No, I was ordered to find a bowl.
A bowl. Oh, try the, you know what you do? Try the corner cabinet over there. Yes.
Corner cabinet?
Yes. Very good. Oh, yeah. I mean, that
What if he still thinks we're supposed to go to the aquarium? Do we have to go?
You have to walk out. Hi, Tom.
It's Rittenhouse.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, how are you? Good. How are you?
Nice to
So you promised to take my wrinkles out. That neighborhood is great. I'm looking at it. It's still great. Prime property.
You have to drive it. Dale is what? Good old what's his name?
How do I get that? All right, I'll give that to him. I have
Got a few of the potatoes in this.
Shut up. Well, there it is.
Mark, you know what would be really good?
What?
If when I'll tell you when they're here and you'll come over and like the minute they come in, focus the camera on them.
Okay.
That'll be good. And everybody going at right there. It's right into the. Belinda, I get my $20.
Not yet. Not yet.
Smile, Jeff. You're on camera. What are you doing?
They're here!
You caught on something, don't trip. Is that what they wanted to do?
You gonna have some time for you?
Everybody hide.
I know. Right? That would have been nice. Let them ring the bell. Let them ring the bell. Jacob, stay with me.
How do we know when this is?
The light's on, it's on.
No.
Right?
You know those weddings you go to, they have those lights.
I usually run over.
We're celebrating a 70. Well, my mother's 68. That's my 25th anniversary.
You want me to move?
Almost 68. I'm sorry. You're not 68 yet.
Better close those blinds.
Let's close the blinds. 31.
What's the excuse? How are they coming?
We're supposed to be here for brunch so we can go to, and they're going to join us and then we're going to the aquarium with the children. Would you buy that one?
No. The put-up job.
I wouldn't either. Yeah, just said, give one a
You're positive you saw that?
They're going to fight the list, they don't. Okay.
Harold is showing us every year.
You must be crawling up the block.
Having a hard job parking.
Should
have the driveway. You know the driveway?
Of course. Recognize your car.
Down on the other end.
Yeah, but I grew up the bucket. My mother's car. I don't think so. I'll ask them afterwards. If they park in front of my mother, they don't. Yeah, it shows their right. You show us the central
Tighter.
Oh, we're getting our fingers. When can we come to the
I would have bought it to bring back, but
You sure you saw it?
I saw a red coat with this man that had a beard, a mustache, and he was going like this.
It's just getting off the ground. 8, 2, 3.
Here they come! Here they come!
Jonathan.
They're really coming.
Just
They're coming. Are you so excited you can't stand being over there? Oh, they're going in the back way. They're going. Oh, they're going in the back way. Everybody, please. You gotta see. Don't worry, they're too short.
Don't you think you ought to let them in first and take it from here?
Mark's in charge here. He's a photo.
That's right, let him go, Mom. Well, they won't know what the light is.
I don't want to.
Making sure it was that. Yeah, I saw the
They said the back way. Somebody said we were going to save a bag of these, but I understand that elevator.
I'm sorry.
I saw them walk back here.
some surprise! Oh, there's all the sweets here. That's where she. Take a picture. Do I see you?
What is everybody? Oh my God! I've got the tiniest color. She's coming. Oh my God!
This man is saying he knows it's a surprise.
Oh, do you have surprises?
Oh, 7 here.
I really can't.
Happy birthday.
Oh my God! I'm surprised. Oh my God! I can't stop. You really got us going. Let's do it. Oh my God! I just spoke to Becky. It's a nice surprise. Oh my God!
Okay, how are you?
All she knows is, oh my God!
Are your friend?
Thank you. Oh my God! Oh, no, that's Rose's friend. I asked you to come and you said I lied. I lie a lot.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh my God! I can't believe it. We have the May. Oh my God!
It was easy last night not to have to stay.
They were on that anniversary.
Look what we doing! Wow, what a nice Because if I wait till later, I'll forget. Oh my God, Joy, absolutely. I didn't even get dressed. You're ready for me.
Let's see what are you wearing, Rose?
Oh my God. Your house coat very nice house coat. Believe this. How could you look at me? We do it to you, Rose. You make that party you make for your husband. You know just like that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just
Stop stressing me. You want to towel me a head, Rose?
Let me go. Oh, wait a minute, the photographer. Mark, hello, I really am like, whether I kiss you or not, this is my brother. And that's my twin. Where is he? Did you get your twin? There she goes. Oh, guys. Where's Michelle?
Michelle just went to the...
Jeffrey, I wanted to just say hi.
I don't know, just like such a...
Elizabeth, you didn't give me a kiss even. Where's Jacob? You had a surprise too, huh? Yes. Okay.
You want to talk about Jacob? Jacob, you want to tell us about Papa a little bit? Do you like your Papa? Do you like your Papa? Of course you like your Papa.
You know I do. That's a stupid
Jacob, I want you
question.
to look at me though and tell us.
All right. That's it.
You want to talk about your Papa?
This is a complete surprise.
Grandma and Papa, and why you love them so much, and why they make you happy.
19 miles.
Well, I know one thing. They were very surprised. Grandma kept on going, oh my God. I love them very much, and they do a lot of good things.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Eliza. Why don't you talk to me and tell me about why you love Grandma and Grandpa and what they do for you and how you love them. You have to talk loud. You have to talk. I want you to look over that way. No, it's not going to be a gift, Jacob. I want you to say something about Grandma and Papa. It's going to be a gift to them. They're going to see on videotape. See, Eliza talk. Do you love Grandma and Grandpa? Let me just say you know, I know you love them. They love you, right? Okay.
Harold, you see those two envelopes there? Okay, never mind. There's another envelope. You ought to give that to them. Right there, before that gets shoved onto the floor.
And you know what, Rose?
Good idea.
It's not a dream, Grandma, it's true.
Indeedy.
David, how old are you?
What are you doing, David? Taking your picture? Ooh, you're pulling this down. Right now, I'm in the process of...
Hi, Mark.
I haven't got any, firm offers yet. You're going to ask
I'm going to ask you questions about my parents. It seems like you know them the longest. And can you tell us how many years you know them?
longest. Their brothers and sisters know them longer than I do.
Okay, how many years do you know them?
Harold and I met in high school in 1932.
quite a while ago, and he was a unique person then, and he hasn't changed a bit. He's still one of a kind.
And then he married my mother, and you kept
Oh, I
up the
knew your
relationship.
mother in school too. Yes. And this is, when we were kids.
And you kept up the friendship.
And my mother wanted me to go after your mother.
Yeah, really? Well, I guess she's a good catch. Was a good catch.
Yes.
And do you have any words wishing them well, or?
Of course. Would I still be here if I didn't wish them well? I tell you about your father. There's an old saying that 50 million Frenchmen can't be wrong. Harold says 50 million Frenchmen can be wrong. He's right.
So he is unique, and you've had a unique relationship all these years.
Yes, indeed. We've kept together.
We're not ready.
Think of your childhood.
Think about your childhood.
Think about Aunt Rosie cleaning.
Yeah.
No, I remember when she hit me smack in the nose. When I was a kid, yes. She said, shh, behave, be quiet, she said. We'll find our way home. I said,
You were lost?
We were lost at school. We were in the kindergarten.
Together?
I go, but yes.
You're a twin brother, right?
Yes, I'm her twin brother. She's older.
She's older, but how many minutes is
Much
she
older. An hour and a
An
half.
hour and a half.
1 hour and a half. And she smacked me, and my nose began to bleed.
Oh, really? I never heard this story before.
Oh, that's, I don't tell it to anyone.
You never tell it to
But see,
anyone.
it's coming out now. 65 years later.
And has it been unique being her twin?
Always a very close, lovely. I wouldn't have wanted to be with anyone else. I wouldn't have been born. No, that's right. We were together from the start. It was nice. Things changed a little bit in the interim, with our separate lives and marital statuses. So, but it's still the same old feeling.
Okay,
It's still there.
nice to know.
It's just a little closer than to the average brother and sister. There's an attachment. So they say, and I think it's right because I can call her and tell her, did you take an aspirin for your headache? She said, it's much better now. She says, mine still hurts. So that's how close we were.
So you have a lot of
Does that
things in
explain
common.
it?
I think that
I hope
explains
I'm
it quite well.
photographing pretty good here
You
because
are.
I keep turning my head. I want the good side.
The
of
good
that.
side. We've got the good side.
Barrymore.
Okay. But Amy, and this is
I
my
like
cousin
redheads.
Amy.
Hi.
This is Mike.
I am so glad to be here today and celebrate in this joyous occasion.
And Uncle Murray's tapping me.
And Uncle Murray is
Tapping me.
tapping me. And
Tapping
he's
you.
having a good time here.
Tapping is the
But we all are. We're all very happy to celebrate with Rose and Harold on their birthdays, on their anniversaries, and we only hope that we have many, many, many more. Isn't that right?
Oh, man.
Jared, would you like to say something?
Jared, that's your cousin.
Say hi. You can just
Rosa.
say hi to
Rosie, come in.
Hi. Hi. Okay, we're gonna go to Carol. And Carol's had a long time relationship there.
Yeah, well, you want to tell them how old I am, Joy?
No, I don't want to tell them how old you are.
A long-time relationship. I love my aunt and uncle very, very much, and I really.
I want to get a shot of Rose.
All right.
All right then.
All right, we'll do that.
Go get Aunt
Go
Rose.
ahead.
You can ask her if she's got some chiclets. I'm sure she's got a few in her pocketbook. A few yo-yos. Okay.
You got enough shots to the good side. Say something, Rosie.
Oh, this is,
Yeah, go tell.
this is,
Tell
this,
the truth, Rosie. The truth.
all right.
No?
I can only say one thing. When I got married, I was only worried how I'm going to get along without my brother. That's the truth.
You managed.
I did.
All right, I think that's it.
Come get interviewed.
Robert, come over here.
Yes, yes. You want to tell why you're here and how happy you are?
I'm here to share in the knockers with my aunt and uncle, who I love very much, and be with their whole family, and wish them many, many happy returns.
Very much.
Okay, was that good? Was that a good interview? Very good.
We have to go back to Carol over here. Carol never quite finished. Carol was interrupted.
I never know what I'm saying.
You can
Remember
say it
when April
again.
used to wipe your nose? You didn't like that. She used to,
No.
she was rough.
I'm gonna miss you. No, there's so many things that I could think about. All I could say is that we always had fun when we were with Aunt Rose.
She was, I don't know. That stuff. All right. Go ahead.
All right, well, we're very happy to be here. It's a wonderful occasion to celebrate with Rose and Harold. Harold the 70th and their 45th, and I'm very happy. I remember the day when they got married. I was about 10 years old, and it's very exciting. That is the truth. Selma and Leon and I, Suki and Leon and I were the kids at Rose and Harold's wedding. So to be here now as an adult and have gone through the 40 years with them and see it at this point is wonderful. Many, many years that I, watched them in with their family and growing, and to this point, very happy they're happy and they're together and they're well.
All right.
And that we're here to celebrate. I did
so many yards on their thing.
I just want to wish them the very best of everything, good health, and happy many, many more years. Hello. You don't want to leave?
We got him. He's coming. I should actually.
Would you like to say something? Well, I just want you to know that I know Harold for 42 years and I still do not understand him. But I'm trying all the time. What else? What else should I say?
Any other wishes you have to make?
Best of wishes to him. And Rose.
Okay.
Oh, are we going to get a shot at that?
Hey, we got a real pro here. You know that.
Yes.
You had the pleasure of his company yesterday.
It's very heavy.
I didn't even know.
Look at this. We got moving pictures here. Talking moving pictures.
Oh my God.
Talk.
Again, I'm saying that same
How would
word.
you like to say something? Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it.
All this is it's like too
Well,
much.
I know
One day.
they're married for 45 years. You're going to get my right.
Make a statement. Make a
I'm going over
statement.
this way. Wait, okay, I'm going.
Statement is that I know that they're married 45 years. They're married for 45 years. I know them for 55, and how we choose not to say
I don't
how
mind.
long. And all 45 and all 55 and more have always been very pleasant with these two people. So I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you.
And I'll give you a kiss on that, and give you a kiss on that. And maybe we hang around a little more.
You want to hang around for
and
another 65 years?
No numbers. I want to hang around so long as I'm fit.
We'll start with 65.
Fit. He wants to be fit.
I want to be fit. And,
Fit, not sick.
and I would like to be at the next party.
Yeah.
By all and any
50 high.
Next week, Kai.
That's good enough.
Sucky, you got strength?
You're invited too.
Hey, and an outsider.
That's an outsider.
Listen,
We're going to talk.
we don't consider, I don't.
Wait.
All the in-laws don't consider
Milton,
outsiders.
is it 55?
We have outfits of that.
All right, that period should be over.
I
We
think so
want to
too.
talk to you.
I'm serious about it. Years ago, your father, I, Helen, Marshall, and who else? That's at the time. Ben were excluded from their immediate family, and everybody was working around with things.
Make some best wishes here.
We were all helping out, whatever the situation was.
No, thank you.
We were not hard.
Lindy, you want applesauce?
No, thank you.
But now, we worked our way in or worked our way up, I don't know which it is, and we made the grade. Now I feel I have a say.
And all of these new generation of in-laws too, outlaws.
No, we handle it differently.
The outlaws.
Present generation, I mean,
Take pride.
we're all,
In being an
we've
outlaw.
all taken heed of what was.
Okay.
Ask your father, he'll tell you.
Oh, I just heard his speech. Do you have any best wishes or? Absolutely.
Yes, some best wishes. Very best of wishes and very warmest regards for another
45
Going.
years.
Well, I'm going on 50 next, so, that's the big year, the big 5. So every 5,
good.
So you're a professional photographer, and you make pictures that are out of this world. Okay, this is what I'm telling her, see? Und will, dass ihr sollt reden und ihr sollt verteidigen. See? Das, was ihr wollt. Das, sucht, was ihr wollt. Also, ihr sind zufrieden zu sein.
Dann meint Gerald, von mir, a Sache getan, wenn ihr den Gewinn in Hospital.
All right, she says that when she was in the hospital, I did very much for her.
Ja, Gerald und Rose, von mir sehr Sache.
I and Rose did much for her when she was in the hospital. This is what she's saying. Okay?
Okay.
Sogar bis von Russland.
Was sucht, was ihr wollt, in ihrer Verteidigung. Das muss will. Weil du ihr retter an, du.
Dann, als ich kam, und sie alle von unserer Family, bin ich sehr zufrieden.
She came, and when she saw the family, she was very pleased.
Ich habe gewollt sehen, noch kamen
she wanted to see Betty because at that
ich Verlager and then aber sie gesehen the ganze family is mir gut.
See, and at that time, of course, my uncle was alive. Betty's husband was alive when she came from Russia. About wie long sind die 10 Jahre? 10 Jahre. Wie long sind die?
9 Jahre.
She's here 9 years. She's in this country 9 years.
And this is my eigener Sohn.
En ihr gedenkt noch, wenn ihr sind darin gekommen von dem Aeroplan. I remember when she came off the airplane. This stuck in my memory.
Das ist mein eigener Sohn. Und die Kinder, meine Kinder in Philadelphia.
She says, I'm like her son, and she has her son who is in Philadelphia. Our family's in Philadelphia.
Yeah, my family.
That's Betty, do you have anything to
say?
My relationship with Harold goes back a long time, almost over 50 years. Sam and I valued him very much. He's like our own son. And the relationship was a very nice relationship. There was respect and honor, and to this day, we love him.
Hello. Don, well, this guy does one of these. Yo, it's you. Tyler the Bagel. This is Julie, and I'm Lester, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish my Uncle Harold a happy 70th birthday, and to Harold and Rose a very happy 45th anniversary. As we all know, Rose is my real mom, and Julie is my real daughter, and it's
I'm your real wife.
and Joyce is my real wife for now, and it's just a very wonderful occasion being here in Brooklyn, New York, USA.
Fourth largest city in America.
Fourth largest city in America, where properties have increased commensurately with the attitude of the people. Julie, have you anything to say? Eat the mic. Atta girl, eat it, eat it. Good girl, yes. Happy, Harold and Rose. You're great.
Hi, Dave. Hi. Happy birthday, Harold. Happy anniversary, Rose and Harold. This is me and David. Say hi, Davey. And we're enjoying your party very much. It's a really happy occasion. And it's kind of hard to be in a movie like this, but I'm experienced.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, I was in Woodstock, everyone knows. And, look forward to seeing you real soon. Cut.
Happy anniversary, Rose and Harold. Happy birthday, Harold. It's a tremendous party, Mark. It's good seeing you. Hello.
Do you have a knife? Yes, any knife will do. I think we need more.
Left me something to eat? Okay. Yeah, just hold. Yeah, just hold.
What's the wish? I wish all you people, the good health that we fortunately have enjoyed through the years. That, as far as I'm concerned, that is the most important. The primarily most important. There are other important things. You gotta get your camera, okay. Wait, okay.
Someone will give you a copy. They'll give you a copy. We now have professional photography. You'll get a copy.
Wait for you.
She's heard me all her life.
I'll wait for you all the...
Boy, Joy, you have graduated from light holder to camera holder.
I just don't video.
I think who's getting the first piece of cake. He! You get the first piece of cake, even though it's not chocolate. You don't care, right? Okay. Shoot your picture.
Thank you. I'm making it like a wedding.
A wedding, okay.
Are you redoing your vows, you damn fool?
No, I'd rather live in sin. It's more, it's
Right, I like that, Harold. Never turn around and sit.
Don't cut the muzzle, don't cut the muzzle.
All right. Oh, God, I better have my lunch fast.
Jacob gets the first piece. Okay? The children get the Jonathan here. Get all the children.
If I can arrange it. I want some. Papa, can I have flowers? What I want is some flowers.
Let your mother take the cup.
Well, you may have to ask you.
I want it. The yellow wall.
Give the children first, all right?
Give this to Mindy's little boy, okay? Please take a spoon, sweetheart.
Happy anniversary, happy birthday to two great, swell people. Harold, I love you. Rose, I love you. I'm glad I came in. And I'll be here for your 75th and your 50th, right. And everything is wonderful. And your kids are wonderful. And I love you both. All right, I said enough now. Yes, please do. Come on, we're going to eat.
Okay. Do you want to say anything to Aunt Rose and Uncle Harold?
Happy anniversary and happy birthday to Uncle Harold.
And I just want to say that over the years, I seem to remember Uncle Harold and Aunt Rose in terms of their cars. I have vivid memories of taxi cabs in Auburn and beat-up old Dodges in Far Rockaway. And I'm very glad to see that today they are celebrating an anniversary and a 70th birthday and the purchase of a new car. And I hope to be here in another 10 years for that same kind of celebration. We love you.
Bye.
Bye. And in closing, I just want to say, Uncle Harold, I hope to be receiving newspaper clippings from you for the next 50 years. Thank you very much. Bye.
Girl, I was, right? I was a bad girl.
Hi, I'd just like to wish my parents a happy 45th wedding anniversary, and my father a happy 70th. You've been great to me all these years. Of course, I'm going to cry now because that's the way it is. But I love you both. I know you always try to do the right things for me, and I have no complaints. And just keep on trucking and just stay happy and healthy. And I want to be around to celebrate your 75th, and your 50th wedding anniversary. And I love you both very much.
And I love you, Joy. I love you, Joy.
And I'm glad that I have parents that brought me up with the values that they brought me up with. So I think it's made me a better individual in my adulthood. And even though there were many trying times when I was growing up, I appreciate now the things that you did for me, even though sometimes it was very traumatic back then. But I learned a lot, and I appreciate your honesty with me, and you tell me how you feel about things, and treating me like an adult. And overall, I think I've had it pretty good. And I just wish you the best and keep on trucking. Go ahead. Okay. Actually, the only thing I'd really like to say is that this has been a terrific day. There were people from Florida that came up for my father's birthday party and my mother and father's anniversary. That it was a very good idea that my sister had to make the party. I'm very glad that we did it. And this sort of party brings back for me all those more memories that I have of family members getting together when we were children.
I want to say, talk directly to your folks.
Okay. I guess to my parents, I'd like to say lots of good health, and that I'm very glad that they've had 45 years together. I'm very happy that my father at 70 looks and acts the way he does, and I wish him at least another 30 years of this kind of good mental and physical health, and likewise to my mother, so that in maybe 30 years we have another party like this, celebrating both an anniversary and a birthday. And I'm very happy my children are here and my husband's here. And
I'd like to wish them a very, very good...
Don't talk into it, just talk to Mark.
I'd like to wish them a very, very good birthday and anniversary.
You want to...
Hi, Harold. I am just so delighted to share your 70th birthday here. I think by now you know, and Rose knows, what the two of you mean to us. And we're here because you're a priority. Thank you for getting this to this point in your life. And may the next 45 years, may we spend them together, if you're willing. Marshall?
As far as I'm concerned, when I get to be your age, baby, we don't want to travel this far.
Look into the camera.
And remember that at a man of your age of 63, I think it is, married 37 years, let's hope you have double the amount. And you come to Florida where it isn't quite as cold as it is here today. Bear in mind, we will be back there very shortly. Thank you.
Anything else? This has been a super party. Really great. We're glad we're here. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Enjoy.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful party. I enjoyed having Harold here. I enjoyed having the Saldingers here. Of course, I was, as usual, overwhelmed by them. And one time, I would like to take them on one at a time. But despite that fact, despite the crowds, despite the people, it was great having Harold and Rose here. Not too many people achieve a 40th anniversary. And while enough people have begun to achieve the age of 70, few have become 70 with as much vigor as Harold. So it's been very, very pleasant, and I've enjoyed having him here. And when he's 140 and is celebrating his 80th wedding anniversary, I hope to have him here as well, and I hope to have the Saldingers here as well. And I hope that at that time I won't feel as much of an outsider as I do now, and as Jack Fleischer does, and all the other non-Saldinger type people who are here. Mazel tov, Harold and Rose.
Okay. You're on camera.
Well, when I was 13 years old, I met my darling husband.
I need some more time.
And from the moment I saw him, I knew that he was for me. And I haven't changed my mind about it. When my children one day said, "How do you know when you love somebody?" I said, "Well, I'll tell you. Even though I'm much older and many years have gone by, when your father walks in the door, my heart goes pitter-patter." I said, "That's the best sign for me, in knowing that I love this man that I'm living with." And I I hope I never get over it. Now you can say what you want.
I don't seem to recall when we first met. I remember moving into the neighborhood. It was something like on a stoop or something, or
Through a window.
or was somebody was wheeling a carriage? Was wheeling Leo, or you were wheeling your sister?
Leo
You
wasn't
remember?
born.
You remember the details better than
well,
me.
give what you know then. That's all. Say what you
Well,
want. How you feel or whatever.
That part is hazy. See, but naturally, being young, there was an attraction there, and the attraction was engendered by, I guess, the magnetism of love, of a feeling, of youth, and it grew. I guess we went to the movies once in a while, and there was this natural attraction. That's all I can say. That's all I seem to remember. I can't put my finger on the exact...
so then talk about further days or whatever. Through thick and thin, we stuck together.
Yeah, through thick and thin, but fortunately it wasn't too thick. We didn't have too many problems in our youth. There was an occasional breakup, an occasional time when we didn't go with each other for whatever reason. I do remember one thing, which was very interesting, that we went for quite some time, half a dozen years or so, and after a while her mother said, is he serious or isn't he get serious? He doesn't show anything, At that time it was the custom to give a ring. Although prior to a ring, I think I gave a watch, if I remember correctly. Is that true? Huh?
Yes.
I gave a watch. And I think maybe prior to giving a ring, did I get a fur coat? Or the fur coat came after the ring? I was a furrier. I became a furrier when I graduated from high school. At about 17, I went to work in the factory. And unfortunately, I didn't go to college. So that was one of the errors that I made. But that was because of a turmoil that I had in my adolescence. That was the better part of my youth. And what happened? Eventually, I went into the army. I went into the army in 41, and I think we decided to get married. I had come back on a furlough once or twice. We decided to get married. It was in 43, and that marriage was concocted in about a week.
Less than that, 3 days.
3 days. My father was a waiter, and he knew the ins and outs, and he was able to get the hall for us, and everything attendant to that. And we were married in a dive in the Lower East Side. And then I went back to my base, and then Rose followed me. I forgot how much later, whether it was 8 weeks or 10 weeks, or I forgot what it was.
I went back with you right away.
Right away, okay. See, I don't remember those details. And then I had traveled from base to base until she became pregnant, and I guess 44, the latter part of 44, and went home when?
The end of...
early 45?
45. I worked until 45.
45, and was at home and gave birth in June of 45. July of 45. And I came home, I was discharged from the Army in November of 45. And then I went to live with my illustrious mother-in-law, who was a big family, but we got along. She was easy to get along with. And I don't know how many adults lived in the house, I don't recall, but we had a bedroom with one child. I think there must have been...
And then we had the second.
Yeah, well that came later, but then there were how many more adults? There must have been...
Three.
3 other adults in that house. 4 rooms.
5 with my mother.
Oh, 5 rooms, 3 bedrooms, or 2 bedrooms?
3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms, okay. And it was a pleasant relationship. It wasn't tough.
Talk about your marriage.
That's it. As a matter of fact, we had a second child, and we lived with 2 children and 2 cribs and 1 bedroom. And we got along well. Easy to get along. My mother was easy to get along with. There's no problem. We had no hang up on privacy.
At any rate, it was a very pleasant relationship that we all had. It helped the family. It kept us together. And until this very day, we are still together in family. In fact, my brothers feel like Harold is their brother, not their brother-in-law. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did my brother tell you
despite
that?
some of the differences we have.
Well, that's natural.
Despite some of our different values and outlook and attitude. But that's the way people are.
I think you should talk about your married life with your wife a little bit. This is your anniversary.
Oh.
And I'm very happy to say that my husband reached his 70th birthday, and at the same time we also had our 45th anniversary, and I'm really proud of him.
About that time, yeah. March is a reasonably good month.
Good things.
The beginning of spring, the beginning of new life. Spring epitomizes new life. And of course, Joy was born.
And I have to tell you, when Joy was born, we couldn't think of a name that would be appropriate for her because she was such a joy. And we decided on the name Joy. And that's the good, honest to goodness truth.
And actually,
because she was a joy, and she still is.
She was named after my brother-in-law's father-in-law, who was a pleasant man, who was a easygoing man,
and
whose name was Joe. So we named her Joy.
And I think that name fits her to the T. She's always been a joy. And I hope she will remain that way. A joy forever.
And forever is a long time.
That's right. It is. Should I say more? Enough.